are back with Robinson Crusoe, Adventures on the Cursed Island. So today I'm going to not play the first scenario because I think Castaways has been shown on YouTube so many times, and of course I did my own recording. What I will say is that most recently I did play it again, and this time, and I'm just going to turn up the music a little bit. This time I did actually win, and it wasn't even such a narrow win, but you can definitely see that there is a learning curve to the game. And what we're going to do is we're going to select the scenario that I'm playing today randomly. I haven't read any of the other scenarios, I haven't looked at any of the other scenarios, so we're going to roll on a 1, we will roll again, and we roll a 4. So we're going to pick the 4th scenario. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's called Volcano Island. So let's see. You are treasure hunters trying to explore ancient temples. It's only got 8 rounds, by the way. You will be exploring this volcanic island in search of new places to sack. Escape with as many treasures as you can before the volcano destroys everything. Did we mention that your jolly boat is gone? Yes, you will also need to build a new one if you want to leave the island alive. Setup changes. Start with the knife and shovel items. Okay, so we're gonna, I suppose, we have this. I'll have to get the knife. Here we are. So we've got these. You start on tile number 10. 7, 11, 9, 10. In the space marked with X. Okay, so this is essentially this one. The volcano is in the middle. Goal of the scenario is to Goal of the scenario. Number of players 2. You must explore a certain number of tiles, then you must build a jolly boat. Take the explore action on a certain number of totem icons. So you build the jolly boat by exploring on 3 totem icons. Okay, but this one doesn't count because we have to ignore this one. Special rules: put a -1 on the explore action. It stays there until the end of the game, meaning that you have to use 1 pawn more for every explore action. We will not put this here, we will just remember this. Treat every skin as wood while building the shelter, roof or palisade. From the 4th round on, lava from the volcano makes some tiles inaccessible. The tiles are destroyed following the sequence shown on the map. Oh dear. This one, then this one, then this one, then this one, then this one. Oh, and 5. Oh, okay. Oh, oops. Haha. Yeah. The tiles are destroyed following the sequence shown on the map above. The beginning of the appropriate round before the event phase, turn any tile on the depicted space face down. If your camp is on such a tile, you all die. Yay! goodly. I'm really enjoying this already. Okay. Number tokens are not automatically placed on island tiles with the totem symbol. See the rule book for more details. Take an explore action to draw 3 mystery cards. Resolve all types. Special rule, you must draw and resolve all 3 cards. Volcanic ash, if possible. If possible, put on 2 different island spaces tiles, 1 disc per space tile. These are ash markers, and no space tile can have more than 1. Ash markers on island spaces tiles count as -1. Okay. Okay. We need to build a rope. Okay, so let's check the rule book for the placing of the numbered tiles. Let's see. 3-4. Players must explore a specific number of island spaces and special locations on island tiles with the totem symbol. This number depends on the number of players. See the table on the scenario sheet. When all necessary explore actions have been resolved, players can build a jolly boat to escape the island, winning immediately. Additional setup. The game begins on island tile 10. Tile 8 is flipped to its volcano side and both are placed on the board as shown on the scenario sheet. The camp token is placed on tile 10. Campsite up. Special rules. When building a shelter or increasing the roof palisade, you may use fur as if it were wood. If you use only fur, the lower cost applies. Okay. During the game, the volcano tile cannot be entered, crossed, game markers or tokens, and no actions can be resolved on it. Starting in round 4, island tiles. Okay. And we need 6 and 3. Okay, so we need to do 6 explore actions and 3 explore actions. We need to have 6 tiles ready. Okay, and this one at number 4 will actually then essentially be beaten down. So that's okay. Now we're gonna again draw the food crates as our beginning token, as our beginning event, I should say. Then we're gonna draw the event deck. 6 and 6. 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5. Oh, actually, it's only 4 and 4 because we only have 8 rounds. So that's enough then. Good. So we will just randomize this deck. So good. Now we have a knife, so our weapon level is 1. We have a shovel. We already have a camp, and that's about it. Let's see what we can do. In the event phase, we're going to get the food crates, and if we send 2 pawns there, we get one permanent food, 1 non-perishable, 1 perishable food. We are playing again with the explorer and the carpenter because that went quite well the last time. We've got the dog and we've got Friday. Okay, so let's get started. Nothing happens in the morale phase, so let's go to production. We have 1 wood and 1 fish. So this means we get 1 wood and 1 perishable food. And we put this here. And what we're going to do is, oh sorry, we also get 2 starting items. Let's see what they are. We get a storm glass and we get a flask of rum. Okay. Well, these are not the best starting items, but we will make do. So what we're going to do is we are going to we need food for tonight, that's for sure. We already have a camp, which is good. So what we're going to do is we are going to go explore. We are going to build a map, and she's going to go and explore. No, actually, we're going to go and explore. And she's going to make camp. Okay, so, no, she's going to... So now, first of all, the activity phase, we're going to see how we're doing with regard to the building. We need to roll 3 dice. We're successful, but we take 1 wound. That could have been worse. So we build the map. It's really important because it allows us to get an additional pawn for exploration, which we desperately need in this one. These guys explored automatically, and we draw a nice natural shelter. We draw a really good tile because it allows us to, first of all, we have we can build a dam. We can now also build fire. We can build yeah, that's essentially all we can build now, but that's fine. So what we're going to do now is we're going to draw a exploration token, and it allows us, oh, it's candles. So basically this means we get a one-time additional building pawn. We're also going to move camp, because here we've got natural shelter, so that's good. Then we're going to do the food crates, and we put this away, which gives us 1 additional food, perishable and 1 non-perishable. Everyone returns to base camp. And that's the end of the round. Next up is the weather phase. We don't have any weather happening, but we do have the night phase. All of this now becomes available, and we're going to consume 2 food. And that's the end of the first round. So we have and I said we were going to move camp, so we're going to move camp over here. Okay, next morning, event phase, loss of hope. This round, the first player can only build, make camp, and rest. Okay, that's fine. Okie dokie. Morale phase, nothing happens. What we're going to do now is we're going to explore. We are going to build the shortcut, and the carpenter is going to make camp and rest. So production, we get 1 food. No, actually we don't. We get 1 wood. Sorry, we should have drawn a hunt card. We're going to go into activities. Very good. An additional hunt card. Draw 3. fallen tree. And these two are special icons. This one ignores one rain cloud. And this one ignores the effect of one trap. Okay. So far so good. These guys return to camp. The explorer builds her shortcut, which becomes available now. But as a reward for building her own personalized item, so to speak, she gets 2 determination. I completely didn't do this the last time I played, or the 3 times I played so far, because I overlooked that in the rules. We have making camp, so she also gets 2 determination. And she also goes here and removes this one, which gives her a 3rd determination. We do not have any weather, but we do have a night phase and we have only 1 food. The shortcut now becomes available. We take 2 wounds. The explorer takes 2 wounds. Now we need to check if the fallen tree is actually one of the ones that becomes available immediately. Must be discarded immediately at the end of the action phase to place 1 wood in the available resource space. Okay, so I should have discarded this. I didn't. So I'm just going to do this now. I'm going to give myself 1 wood. So we now have 3 wood. We're now also going to place our shortcut. And this one is going to if I can find it. We're going to place this here. And now we have the next day, the event phase. Oh, sorry, I was supposed to put an ash cloud on one of these. So here we are, we're going to put an ash cloud on this one. Predator in the vicinity. They found your camp. Nights will be hard from now on. Put okay. We need to put the beast die in the weather, and we will roll them every single day. Okay. Let's see what we're going to do about this. Let's go into the morale phase. We get +1 determination. And now we need to start planning. We get 2 food, perishable, and 1 wood, so we have plenty of wood at this stage. And I think we need to start building. Oh yeah, and we get a green one. So let's see. We are going to We also need rope. So, first of all, we need to explore. We're gonna explore here. We're gonna explore here. So that's -1, -2. And then we still need to roll. Okay. We are going to use the candles to get a one-time additional building block. So we're going to build a spear, and we're going to build a roof. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use 2 of our determination tokens from the Explorer to look at the top 3 tiles. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to choose one, we're going to discard the others. Sorry, not discard them, but mix them back in. Okay. We definitely need this. We're going to pull this one, because what we also need to start doing is we need to start exploring at one of those totems. So we're going to take this one because it allows us to build rope, which we need. So we're exploring here. So -1, -2, -3. So we only have 1. So we do need to roll. Green dice for exploration. Let's hope we're not too unlucky. We are successful, and we have to draw a card. We would have had to draw a card anyway. So let's see. Dangerous terrain. During your trip through the woods, you see a lot of predators. Put a +1 on the tile you are exploring. If the exploration wasn't successful, then put on this space you wanted to explore. Starting next round, each time a player wants to gather resources from this tile or explore this space, they get 1 heart unless your wound level. Okay, they take 1 wound unless your threat level is at least 1. Unless your threat level, unless your weapon level is at least 1. Okay, that's fine. We can do this. We will have to explore this space though, because we do need to start exploring at the totem. So the guys return successfully from the hunt. we're going to build one roof. And we're going to build a spear. Okay, so now that this is done, we have the weather phase where we need to roll this die, and it means we lose one food. That's bad. But it could have been worse. So now we're going to get all of this. So the spear increases our weapon level by 3, so we're up to 4 now. We're going to consume 1 food. We're also moving our camp. We're going to put the shortcut over here. Next up, we have the night phase. We take 2 wounds. But we're also going to take a flask of rum to reduce our wounds by 1. And we're going to go to the next round. As of this round, we now have weather. Oh, by the way, I moved my camp, but you have this you have the palisades and everything, and then round it up, so we stay at 1. So now going forward, we have to roll the orange weather die. What we're going to do is we're going to use the storm glass, which allows us to roll it now and see what happens. And it's going to give us 1 rain cloud, so we know in advance what's going to happen. That's not going to impinge on us because we have 1 wood. So now we're going to start producing. First of all, morale phase. The carpenter gets +1 determination. And this one is run over by the volcano. So the lava has started to do its thing. So let's draw the event card, Dangerous Night. You hear noises in the bushes near your camp. A predator is preparing to attack you soon. Take 1 beast card from the beast deck and put it next to the event deck. It stays there until the beginning of the next round, when you will fight the beast before you draw an event card. Okay. Okay, so let's see what we're going to do. First of all, we're going to get food and wood. We are going to, this one goes away, unfortunately. We are going to explore. We are going to go hunting. The carpenter is going to go here. And the carpenter is going to build a rope. So, First of all, we're going to explore. Signs of fire. The whole area is wasted after a massive fire. Cover one source on the tile if you're exploring with a black... Okay, that's fine. So the food on this one is exhausted. But we have also done our first exploration, which is important because we have to do 3. And this one then goes away. We return back to base. We're gonna go hunting. Iguana. Weapon level 4, we have weapon level 4, nothing happens, it reduces our weapon level by 1. We get 3 food and 1 skin. That's good. One, 2, 3. And 1 skin. Okay. Oh, you take 1 wound regardless of your weapon. Okay, level. Okay, so the iguana is done and dusted. So, now we're going to discard this and get 1 determination. And we're going to discard 3 of these from the carpenter to get an automatic success on the building. So now we have rope. And that was a really successful round. Weather, we know what's happening, it's raining. We compare it, nothing happens, these become available. We lose all of the food, unfortunately. Oh, sorry. We have to redo the exploration. So basically we drew the card, we resolved the card, but now we need to draw 3 mystery cards and resolve all of them. Compass. What a wonderful find. We get a compass which allows us to explore. It's only for exploration, but we can use it multiple times. Next up we have another treasure, bottle of wine. Keep this card, you can use it once to heal 2. Yeah, I'm actually going to use this now and discard it. That's it. And the last one is another treasure. Barrel. A barrel? You can't believe your eyes, and it is still in good condition. What's inside? A miracle, burgundy wine. Keep this card. Use once during a night phase. Each player can heal 1 heart. After use, you can store it up to 2 on this card. Okay, so keep this card and use once during a night phase. Each player can heal. We're going to not do this now because we don't have enough, but we're going to keep it here. And we're going to put 2 food on this and store them. That's nice. So we're going to eat these. That was a really, really good exploration phase. So, weather has been resolved. Now, on round 5, this one becomes unavailable and overrun by lava. We are going to move our camp here. We are now going to fight this. Oh, it's a boa. -2. 2 food. Then we're going to draw an event card. Howling from the woods. More ash. Draw 3 beast cards from the beast deck. Choose the one with the greatest strength and put it on top of the hunting deck. That's the gorilla. Okay. Okay. First player gets a determination token. We're going to go into production where we're only getting wood. Okay. We're gonna move here and explore. We're going to explore, and we're going to try and build a snare. And we're going to use the storm glass, which again gives us information on the upcoming weather, and again that's just one rain cloud. Let's do this. We get 3 candles again. Okay. Pot herbs and a goat. Good. We return to base. And we build a snare. We can discard this and get a reroll. Okay, that didn't work. So we take 1 wound and we are going to get 2 determination. Okay, that didn't work. Whether we have enough on our plate, as it were, we have enough these become available. We're going to use this to improve our health. And we're going to move our camp over here. We eat for the night, and next round we need to explore. These ones get turned over, or this one rather, it's only 1. Event phase. Mysterious traces. You find strange markings carved into the trees. Place a trap on the exploration action field. Okay. Good. So, production. We're going to get 1 wood and 1 fish. So we're going to take an explore action. We're also going to explore here. We're going to build a snare. And we are going to build a pot. We're going to start with the building action. That's a success, but we take 1 wound, so we have now got a pot. The snare is an automatic success because we sacrificed 3 of these determination tokens. She gets 2 back for building the snare because it's her personal achievement. So that's the carpenter done. We're now going to explore this one. We need to draw 4 cards. Sorry, we need to draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. We find gold, we find crocs, we find a trapdoor, and we find a furious tiger. So let's take them one by one. Gold. Unfortunately, gold is of no use on the island. Great. Crocs. You find an old basket with some clay pots in it. Build the pot invention for free and without using an action. That's great. We just built it. Okay. We have 2 of these which allow us to discard 1 trap. No, sorry, this allows us to ignore 1 trap, which we're going to do. And we have a furious tiger. We fight a beast 4. We only have weapon strength 1, so we take 3 wounds. 1, 2, 3. That's it. We're done. Okay, but we get number 2. So this one comes back. These guys explore. Aha. We draw 2. A treasure, woohoo! And we get to increase our morale. The treasure, so we keep drawing until we find a treasure. Old map. You find a map leading to a chest filled with pirate's gold. Each player gets +1 determination, but I think the old map is something special in this one, isn't it? Oh no, it's a token actually, so we just get +1 determination, which is also nice. And we can explore this one on a consecutive action to get our 3rd exploration token. They return to base. And then we roll our weather die. And we have 1 rain cloud, nothing happens. Let's see what we're getting. We're going to get an old map, so each one gets +1 determination, which is really nice. 1, 1. We smoke. Goes 1 up. We build a snare, which means we get +2. +1 food. Excuse me. We have a pot, which we can now use to increase this even 1 more, because we now have herbs. We have a goat that we can sacrifice, well, not sacrifice, but that we can kill to give us food. We have candles, which allow us 1 additional building pawn. But now we are on round 7. So this one is now turned over. And what we now need to do is, first of all, we go to sleep and we eat. First player changes. What we now need to do is we need to do 1 more exploration. We have uncovered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles, so that's done. But we have to do 1 more exploration over here. So we will draw an event card first. Ravenous predators. Winter is approaching and the predators are getting more and more dangerous. First of all, we place, since this is a book icon, a white ash cloud on this one. We put a +1 hunting strength next to the hunting deck. That's all that happens. They move to the left. This one becomes the actual one that we need to resolve now. Put the top card from the hunting deck to the bottom and draw the top card from the hunting deck and fight the beast. It's a tapir. It's got strength 4. The first player takes 1, 2, 3 wounds. We now have no weapon power anymore, but we do get 2 food and 1 fur. It's not too bad. Goes away. What we're going to do now, this goes away as well. We're going to go into the morale phase. The first player is the explorer. She gets +2 determination. She now has 5 determination tokens. We need to do 1 more exploration. So we're going to put her on this one. We are going to do 1 more exploration phase over here. No, sorry, we actually couldn't. Are we going to go hunting? Are we going to take the risk? We're going to make up camp. And the carpenter is going to build a jolly boat. Using the candles as an additional building pawn. And she's also going to build the roof. Sorry, I should have done the production phase before I did everything else, but that's fine. Okay. So, move this. Good. Let's get going. We're going to increase our palisade. And discard 3 determination tokens to get an automatic success. We're going to build the jolly boat. How does this work? Okay, so that's that. We built the jolly boat so we can escape. And we're gonna do the exploration phase, we get to draw 4 cards, and we need to resolve all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Protective Amulet. Keep this card. You can use it once to remove any token or marker from an island, tile, or space. Ropes. You can use this item to reinforce your shelter, +1 palisade or +1 roof. Hammock. Rest in peace. Keep this card. Starting the next round, whenever a player rests, they get one additional, get 1 determination in addition to the usual +1 heart. Cannot be combined with a bed item. And blowgun. You feel a light prick as a dart penetrates your skin. Next round you have only 1 pawn available. Keep this card as a reminder. Okay. That's fine. We can live with this because we have just 1. We also made up camp. So on the next round we win. But we have to do 1 more round at night. Let's see what happens. 1 rain cloud, we have 2 shelter, that's fine. We eat. All of these become available. These 2 we can place in the barrels. This one we put away because it has disintegrated. So what's now happening is we have our 3rd one over here. Round 8. This one gets destroyed. We are finished. We have explored 6 tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we have 3 of these. We have the jolly boat. This is a little bit of a very easy scenario. Okay, yeah, it doesn't say that you cannot. Ah, okay. I see. So yeah, 3. This is the 3rd one. We win immediately because we've got the jolly boat. Or can you only build the jolly boat afterwards? Ah, okay. Okay, so we're basically going to take back the building of the jolly boat. That never happened. We're gonna put a 3 on this, but now on this round this actually gets flipped, so that really didn't happen either. This one gets flipped as well. So now we have lost the game because there is no way we can now win, because we would have to get 2 more explorations down here. Which we can't do. Okay, so the secret is really to... Okay, so essentially we've lost the game because this is now the last round and we would need to have 2 more explorations, which we can't get. So I was wondering why this felt so easy. So I hope you enjoyed this. This is one of the ones where you really have to think how you do certain things and in what order. I really have to say that I enjoy this game immensely because I feel that you can only win if you really understand the scenario and play it a couple of times to really understand its problems, the problems that it poses to the player. Because like I said, I mean, when I was first playing, I thought this is really easy. You just basically go around and you start exploring. But it's really about moving camp really quickly You would probably explore here on turn 1, move camp, turn 2, move camp, turn 3, move camp, turn 4 and turn 5, and hope that you get enough enough of those totem icons. So it's important to use the ability of the explorer to find the ones that have totems, because if you don't have those, and if you recall, the first ones we turned over didn't have any totems, so we couldn't do the explore action, the real explore action. And if you can't do this, then of course you can't gather the relevant success tokens that you need. So I'm really looking forward to playing this one again. It's quite interesting. I've been reading a lot about this game. There was this one guy who said, well, the game is so complicated that you actually need a computer to keep track of what's going on. They were kind of annoyed about the different phases that the game has, and that you basically have to keep track of everything, which I thought was actually a very strange remark, considering that this guy went through a whole campaign, although he didn't enjoy it, but he went through a whole campaign of a game called Seafall, where I have to say you have to keep track of much more than in this game. But there you have it, I guess. I'm more and more of the opinion that this game here, although I was very enthusiastic about it from the very beginning, is actually not a game for many people. I think most people will actually find this game quite dry, because it is essentially worker placement. It says it's an adventure game, but it's actually worker placement. And so it's, although you have some die rolling, it's a lot more like a Euro than it is like an adventure game. So maybe some people who are critical of this game are critical of it because they believed they were going to get an adventure game, whereas in reality they really didn't. They got a worker placement game. So that was the fourth scenario, Volcano Island. I'll definitely go back to playing this on my own, in my own time. Not videoing it, but basically just playing until I finish, that I can then go on to the next scenario. Because what I do when I play these games, and those of you who have been following me with my exploits of the Lord of the Rings, I don't move on to the next scenario until I've conquered the first one, or the one that I'm playing at the moment, because to me it's always about a progression and I really want to beat them. So far I've never had a game where I have to say it was completely unbeatable, if you leave out Arkham Horror, where the idea is that you essentially are fighting the outer gods and you cannot win because you're basically fighting the nemesis of the world. But other than that, I really try to be someone who keeps going and persists in her endeavors when I play games like this. So this is Robinson Crusoe, a game that I can recommend, in spite of the fact that probably a lot of people will find it terribly dry. There are plenty of playthroughs of the Castaway scenario online, so if you want to see that one, you can check it out as well. I made one. There is one by The Lonesome Gamer. Rick Royal did a really good one as well that I liked. There's a Swedish guy who does a playthrough which I thought was really awesome. So there is plenty of stuff out there for you to look at. I hope you enjoyed this. If you enjoy the game, go out and support it. There's going to be a really interesting one coming out later this year, an expansion which I'm really looking forward to getting, and I can only recommend it, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye bye.